Brad Pitt and Jennifer Aniston. The marriage that broke hearts. Brad Pitt and Jennifer Aniston, the perfect couple, what everyone believed to be the most enviable union in Hollywood. A movie star and an incredibly talented actress, married, at the peak of their careers, attracting the spotlight and the admiration of the world. But what seemed like a fairy tale collapsed abruptly and cruelly. What was really behind the most shocking public breakup of all time? Brad Pitt, the heartthrob, became involved with Angelina Jolie, his co-star from Mr. and Mrs. Smith, and the media began speculating about the affair. But was Brad's relationship with Angelina the only reason behind the split? Was Brad and Jennifer's marriage just a facade? How did public pressure and the roles they played in the media destroy their relationship? What really happened behind the scenes of this separation, and what secrets did they both hide? Get ready to uncover the dark details of this story and how the divorce of one of Hollywood's most beloved couples devastated the hearts of millions of fans. We will reveal everything. The world watched in shock as Kim Kardashian and Kris Humphries married in an extravagant ceremony that seemed straight out of a fairy tale. But soon, everything collapsed. Just 72 days later, the marriage was over, and what seemed like a love story turned out to be a publicity stunt. But what really happened? Did Kim Kardashian marry just to get more attention and increase her audience, as many speculated? Or perhaps Kris was just a victim of a celebration that was never sincere? The media and the public couldn't stop speculating about the real reasons behind such a sudden and frustrating split. Fans were incredulous, and the media showed no mercy. Kim was called a fraud by millions. But is there something more behind this marriage that we don't know? Discover the secrets and lies that hid behind such a short and scandalous marriage, but one that had such an impact on the image of Kim and Kris. Britney Spears, the princess of pop, was at the top of the world, a music icon, a symbol of beauty and success. But her personal life was about to be completely destroyed. When she married Kevin Federline, the public was quickly divided. Many believed the marriage represented Britney's happily ever after, but the reality was quite different. Amid public breakdowns, scandals, and an ongoing battle for custody of her children, what seemed like an ideal union turned into a nightmare. What really happened to Britney? Was the marriage to Kevin what finally led to her downfall, or had Britney's true collapse already begun earlier, with the pressure of relentless fame and a personal life that was too exposed? Her battle with drugs, emotional problems, and the paparazzi ruined her image, but was her marriage to Kevin the tipping point for all of this? Stay with us and find out what the media never told you about the marriage that almost destroyed a pop legend. Tom Cruise and Katie Holmes, a marriage everyone thought was perfect. The star of Mission Impossible and the young actress from Dawson's Creek united in a fairy tale romance, but what seemed like a blessed union turned into a real prison. The pressure for Katie to join Scientology and abandon her personal and professional life, submitting to Tom's rules, began to weigh on her. What was happening behind the scenes of this relationship? Katie, who seemed so happy with Tom, was actually forced to live a life completely controlled by Scientology, a religion Tom is one of the biggest advocates of. Did Katie flee the marriage with Tom because she couldn't stand the pressure and control he had over her life anymore? Or was there something even darker? What is hidden behind the scandalous separation and Katie's escape from one of Hollywood's most powerful men? You won't believe the shocking details of this story. Jennifer Lopez and Marc Anthony, the glamour marriage that didn't survive. Jennifer Lopez and Marc Anthony seemed like the ideal couple. Together, they formed a true Latino powerhouse, with the media applauding their union of glamour and talent. But behind the scenes, the marriage began to crumble rapidly. Marc Anthony's infidelities, rumors about J.Lo's controlling behavior, and the strain of living under the spotlight caused a huge divide. The glamorous marriage couldn't withstand the public and personal pressure. What really happened between Jennifer Lopez and Marc Anthony? Why didn't their marriage, which seemed perfect to the world, survive the test of time? Their separation shook the entire world. But what were they both hiding from the media? Discover the truth behind one of Hollywood's most talked-about marriages and the secrets that were never revealed. Heidi Klum and Seal, the marriage that melted. Under criticism, Heidi Klum and Seal seemed to be the example of the perfect couple. They married in a lavish ceremony and seemed inseparable. But soon, rumors of fights and suspicions began to emerge. Seal, known for his explosive temper, was accused of being controlling and even unfaithful. What seemed like a solid marriage turned into a storm of scandals. What really happened between Heidi and Seal, and why couldn't they overcome their difficulties? The truth is, they both hid much more than we imagined. What led to the collapse of their marriage, and what really caused their separation? Get ready to uncover the dark secrets of one of the most discussed marriages in entertainment. Johnny Depp and Winona Ryder were one of the most beloved couples of the 90s. They were young, beautiful, and had perfect chemistry. But what seemed like a relationship destined to be eternal ended in a dramatic breakup, and no one really knew what happened. Hollywood separations are often filled with rumors and gossip, but this one was marked by a combination of infidelity and immaturity. What happened to this perfect romance? Was it Johnny Depp's career, or Winona's emotional problems that destroyed everything? And what really led to their split? Between betrayals, media pressure, and personal differences, this romance turned into one of Hollywood's most tragic stories. Demi Moore and Ashton Kutcher, the glamour marriage that didn't survive. Demi Moore and Ashton Kutcher were one of the media's most adored couples. But this marriage was destroyed by infidelities, scandals, and a growing disconnect. The huge age difference and the Hollywood lifestyle were just some of the factors that weakened the relationship. Ashton's accusations of infidelity and Demi's impulsive behavior made things worse. What really happened between them, and why didn't this marriage, which seemed so perfect, survive? What did they both hide from the media, and how did it affect their careers and personal lives? Christina Aguilera and Jordan Bratman seemed like the perfect couple, but the pressures of a superstar's life and the weariness of their packed schedules caused the relationship to crumble. What seemed like Christina's stability turned into a constant struggle against external and internal pressures. What really led to Christina and Jordan's separation? Was her career one of the reasons, or were there other hidden secrets? Discover what is behind this marriage and why it didn't. Withstand the test of time. Elizabeth Taylor and Richard Burton had one of the most public marriages and divorces that marked an entire generation. They married twice, and during each union, the media was flooded with scandals, betrayals, and accusations of toxic behavior. What made this marriage so turbulent, and why couldn't they find peace together? What really happened behind this explosive and passionate union? Let us tell you everything the media never revealed about Elizabeth and Richard's love and separation, one of the most controversial couples of all time. These celebrity marriages are not just stories of separations, but painful lessons about the highs and lows of fame. What seemed perfect and flawless turned into public disasters, and the secrets these couples hid continue to intrigue the public to this day. Were media pressure, infidelities, and personal differences to blame for the end of their stories? What can we learn from these Hollywood tragedies? Each story reveals more than we imagined. Get ready, because what you thought was just a separation is much deeper than it seems.